Hey, Mary Barnett here. Let's talk about the law of honesty, perhaps my most favorite one of all. Recognizing, accepting, and expressing our authentic interior reality lies at the heart of honesty. Only when we are honest with ourselves can we speak or act honestly with anyone else. In the sense of integrity, honesty entails acting in line with higher laws despite negative impulses to the contrary. Live according to your highest light and more light will be given. Very true. Very, very true. Within the context of our life purpose, as we explore the bigger picture and meaning of our lives, the law of honesty points to higher laws and inner consequences that are instant, inevitable, and inescapable. It includes, but does not focus on, external codes of behavior. The law of honesty centers around honesty with ourselves, our internal integrity. The law is useful for any of us, but especially so for those of us who tend to deceive themselves with rationalizations. Those of us who have issues around honest expression or action, seeing the truth and inevitable consequences of this law can help us turn our life around. This law speaks to a larger drama being played out, one in which we cannot truly deceive anyone but ourselves. If we ever allow impulses of envy, greed, or manipulation to determine our actions or influence our expression, the consequences of these actions are already built into the mechanics of the universe and of our own psyche. Those of us working with issues of integrity on our life path may tend, at times, to ignore or bend higher laws in the sense of not living up to our inner light. At times, we can be like the child who fervently takes a candy bar and pockets it, thinking and hoping it will turn out okay, while the child's mother watches from the end of the aisle. We don't need to be punished for breaking spiritual law or higher laws. The act itself is the punishment and sets into motion subtle forces whose natural consequences we cannot escape any more than we can escape the force of gravity. Those of us who slip into lower levels of integrity often don't realize we're doing it. We must lie to ourselves before we can lie to others. When we speak with forked tongues or mixed motives, we are not yet integrated. We have to achieve such integration in order to speak with integrity. We can't have a part of us meaning one thing and another part meaning another. The first step to honesty entails reconciling our own conflicting parts so we can say what we mean and mean what we say. When our internal parts work together, when we stop lying to ourselves or deceiving others, when we know deep down that we're acting with integrity despite impulses to do otherwise, we feel gates of higher energy and inspiration open inside of us. Oh, yes, we do. When we speak or act dishonestly, these gates shut. This is not a punishment, but simply the way our psyche works. The saying, cheaters never prosper, always applies in the long run, because cheaters' own psyches will not let them have inner peace. No matter how rewarding their external circumstances may appear to be, self-sabotage down the line is built into every dishonest act, even if we only deceive ourselves. Some of us imagine that we are getting away with little schemes, maneuvers, and frauds for years while justifying and rationalizing our actions, and then we wonder why our lives aren't working out the way we had hoped. We may imagine that we are getting away with something because we don't get caught, but we are caught every time by ourselves. As the John Lennon song goes, instant karma's gonna get ya. To use an extreme example, when we read the newspapers and see millionaire drug pushers living a life of opulence, we may imagine that they are escaping punishment. but we have only to glance inside their psyches to see the internal consequences and causes of their behavior. Bad people don't go to hell. They are already in hell. That's why they act so badly. When we are dishonest in a way with ourselves or with others, intentionally or not, our internal parts fight one another. And our inner sense of spirit or inspiration fades. We feel cut off and alone, and we attract whatever lessons we need to learn. Concepts of morality may change, but consequences are absolute. Dishonesty tends to take on different forms, such as lying to ourselves and others, or seeking money or power for their own sakes, at the inevitable cost of our self-respect. Some of us are used to making rules rather than following them. We forget to ignore our culture's standards of honesty and integrity, bending rules to suit our own desires, turning our backs on the light within us. Whenever we cut corners for expediency, or whenever the ends seem to justify means, we may not always reap obvious external consequences, but we create inner turbulence that we cannot escape no matter where we go. Others of us who tend toward tunnel vision may put on blinders of self-deception by insisting that it will work out this time without our doing anything different. This kind of dishonesty also forfeits a sense of energy and spirit. True story. For some of us with expression issues who tend to hint, connive, sigh, whine, or wait for others to read our mind, the law of honesty points out that such indirect, misleading, manipulative, or deceitful communication results when we let fear stop us from expressing our true feelings and needs. Whether our actions are deliberate or simply chronic habits, if we manipulate people with an angry face, a sad look, or a sigh, expecting others to know how we feel, without actually stating directly, if we tell people what we think they want to hear, even with the best intentions, or if we use words strategically, hooking into guilt or pushing vulnerable spots to control others or get what we want, we may get what we want for a time being, but forfeit the inner light that we most need in the long run. One should strive not to lie in the negative sense by remaining silent. Awesome. Something to really think about. So with that, this is Mare Barnett. I'm into personal development. I really love the spiritual aspect of it all. I'm into wealth creation and time freedom, and I am the Dream Enabler. Click the link below. Feel free to get to know me. Talk to you later. Bye.